New Concept Videosports.com presents Northwest Indiana Girls High School basketball. On a cold night from Hobart High School in Hobart, Indiana, it's the Hobart Lady Brickies hosting the Lake Central Lady Indians. Lake Central head coach Mark Urban in his second season has a record of 22-9, and this year's Lady Indians come into tonight's action 6-1, whose only blemish came at the hands of Penn by 12 points in the fourth game of the season. Lake Central is led by seniors Rolanda Currington and Christy Addison, and with underclassmen Tara Zlatkowski, Gina Rabino, and Lindsay Kuzbel, they feel this can be their year. The Indians are rich in girls basketball tradition, winning 16 sectionals, 4 regionals, 3 semi-state, and a state championship back in 1994. Mike Hamaker, in his 10th year as Hobart head coach, also has a very respectable 127-74 record, and the Lady Brickies come into play tonight undefeated at 4-0. In the last 3+ seasons with senior team leaders Morgan Flaherty and Grace Roach on board, the Brickies hold a 69-24 record, but one thing that seems to elude the school is a sectional championship. With the likes of Crown Point, LaPorte, and Maryville in their sectional, they know they'll have to be at their top of their game if they want to bring home Hobart's second title. Next, two of the area's best, the Lake Central Indians and the Hobart Brickies. New Concept Videosports.com and our third year promoting Northwest Indiana high school athletes offer all our videos at no cost to the schools, athletes, and parents. Our sponsors make this possible. Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso. Listen to their radio broadcast every Saturday morning on WJOB. By Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally and the Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute in Crown Point. If you're looking for a family physician or a sports medicine doctor, visit their team today, located on the corner of US 231 and I-65 in the St. Anthony's Franciscan Building in Crown Point. And by Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Visit us today at teamblythes.com. For a touch of Poland, it's Big Frank Sausage in East Chicago. For pierogi, stuffed cabbage, or just the best Polish around, stop by Big Frank's, a quarter mile west of the South Shore Station at Carrollton, Michigan in East Chicago. Team Combat Live Extreme Laser Combat. Check out their website for more information. Team Combat Live, east of the mall on US 30 in Hobart. For the best Mexican food in the region, visit Agave Mexican Restaurant at 327 Main Street in beautiful downtown Hobart.
When we go small, I'll let you know, we're small, we're small, we're small. All it does is change our post players in terms of who trails, who goes to the block, and then it takes Kansas out of play and our sets out of play. And it actually lets you just play more, okay? You know what I mean? A little bit more freedom. So that's the only change we're making with the injury bug, okay? Does that make sense? When we start going down the floor after a made basket, we get it out, get it into our one, and let's say we're filling these lanes, right? Guards running, post running. You should be looking over your inside shoulder, and if you get to half court and you're looking over your inside shoulder and you see that we need you to peel back, peel back. Everybody takes a team. Hey, flash those spots, 3 passes at once, hit the open player, and let's attack them on the backside.
And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The first quarter of play and your free download of today's game is made possible by Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally and the Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute in Crown Point. For a family physician or sports medicine, give them a call today. They're located at the corner of I-65 and US 231 in the St. Anthony's Franciscan Building. The Hobart Brickies won the tip to start out this highly anticipated game between two of the top teams in the area. And right off the bat, driving to the hole where she was fouled was Bricky Grace Roach. Then on the Indians' second possession of this contest, Tara Zlatkowski beat her defender off the dribble, drove into the paint, then laid it in over the Hobart forward, and this game is tied early. But answering at the other end with a nice move of her own was Zoe Wilson with a drive to the basket, then a spin move, a post-up, and the basket over two Lake Central defenders. The Brickies had the ball following a Lake Central turnover, but Hobart gave it right back when Gina Rubino picked up the loose ball, then proceeded to splash down a 17-footer, and the visitors have tied the game at 4. Then a couple possessions later, it was Bricky Jr. Zoe Wilson, and again another drive to the hoop, a spin, the post-up, and the basket, and Hobart has regained the lead. Another Lake Central turnover, and the Bricks were on the run. This time, Grace Roach missed the shot on the drive to the basket, but the ball was saved right back to Bricky Morgan Flaherty, who was standing at the right place at the right time, and she extended the Hobart lead. Then another Hobart foul, their third of the quarter and a total of 5 in the first 4 minutes, gave the ball back to Lake Central, who will throw it in from underneath their own goal. Finally, the ball found the hands of Rolanda Currington, who drove the lane, took it to the hoop, and got the friendly bounce. With the basketball and only trailing by a deuce, Indian Tara Zlatkowski on a nice stop and shoot from the baseline made this a new ball game. A one and done for the Bricks, and the Lady Indians were on the run again. This time getting the ball down low was Chrissy Addison, who was fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the stripe for a pair where she converted on 1 of 2. Following ineffective trips up and down the court by each team, it was the Brickies with the next score, when Grace Roach lined up a tray, then dropped it in, and a 2-point Hobart lead. Trailing by 2 and with the basketball, a second chance opportunity rebound by Megan Kroll, who grabbed the bouncing ball, then dribbled to the baseline, took the shot, and got the roll, and this game is tied. Next, a defensive stop and steal by Tara Zlatkowski, and she took it the length of the court and easily laid it in. Finally, the quarter came to an end, with the Lake Central Lady Indians leading the Lady Brickies by a pair. The second quarter and your free download of today's game is made possible by Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso. Listen to their weekly radio show every Saturday morning, Making Finance Personal, on WJOB. The Lake Central Indians have the ball out from the side following a Hobart one and done to start things off here in the second. On their first offensive opportunity, Tara Zlatkowski fed Lindsay Kuzbel down low, and she was fouled on the shot. Lake Central's defensive pressure forced a Bricky turnover, so the Indians are on offense again. And getting the ball in the corner on a catch and shoot was Chrissy Addison, extending the Lake Central lead. On the Bricks' next offensive set, more Indian defensive pressure, a drive to the basket by Hobart's Deja Hill, and a Lake Central foul. Deja made 1 of 2 from the stripe. Then on this next sequence, a good attempt at a steal and save by Grace Roach. But on the other end of that save was Indian Gina Rubino, who quickly got it to Rolanda Currington, and she drove to the hoop where she was fouled. The next points came at the 4:57 mark, when Deja Hill drove to the hoop but was off on the shot. And right there for the offensive rebound and putback was Zoe Wilson. Then at the other end of the court, without hesitation, it was Tara Zlatkowski from downtown. On the Brickies' next trip up court, a missed Morgan Flaherty shot that she was able to rebound. Then a foul on the putback, the 13th in this game in a 12-minute period. Already leading by 6, the Lake Central Indians were on offense again. And wasting little time was Tara Zlatkowski, who locked in on another tray, and the visitors have their largest lead. A Hobart turnover, and the Indians have the basketball again. Rebounding her own missed shot was Tara Zlatkowski, who kicked it out to Gina Rubino, and she let one fly from behind the arch, and the Indians now lead by double digits. The Bricks then had the ball out from underneath their own goal, when on a missed three-pointer, a Zoe Wilson rebound, but her putback was off the mark. Right there grabbing the rebound and scoring the basket was Bricky guard Deja Hill. Following a one and done came the Brickies, and owning the paint offensively in this first half for the Bricks was Zoe Wilson on yet another nice post-up. Quickly striking were the Indians. Tara Zlatkowski on the pass to Gina Rubino, who took 2 dribbles, and the lead is back to double digits. On the Bricks' next trip, a drive to the hoop by Kaylin Trezak, and a whistle, and the fouls are beginning to mount up. With under a minute left in the quarter, the Indians had possession, but a missed shot, an offensive rebound, and Chrissy Addison will be at the line in this foul-plagued first half. At the half, the Lake Central Indians lead the Brickies by 10. The third quarter of play and your free download of tonight's game is made possible by Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso. For screen printing and all of your athletic needs, visit their website at teamblythes.com. And by Team Combat Live in Hobart, Extreme Laser Combat, specifically for teens and adults. Reserve a time today if you think you could handle it at teamcombatlive.com. Leading by 10, the Indians had possession to open play in the third quarter, but a one and done and the Bricks were on the move. Grace Roach quickly got the ball to Morgan Flaherty, who found Zoe Wilson in the post, and the lead is back down to single digits. But Lake Central got those points right back when Megan Kroll drove the baseline, put up the shot for a basket, and won. Still trailing by 11, the Bricks had the basketball, and off a missed Morgan Flaherty shot, Grace Roach was able to grab the ball, then dropped it in from up close. Then before Lake Central could get into their next offensive set, a technical foul was called on Rolanda Currington, but we're not sure why. So the Bricks will go to the line for a couple free throws and the ball out of bounds. But another quick foul on the Brickies during the inbound, and then one on the defensive end of the court, and Lake Central will have the ball out from underneath their own goal. Then another foul, this time on the Brickies, and Lindsay Kuzbel will head to the charity stripe for a pair. At the Hobart end of the court, a Brickie turnover, and the Indians are on the attack again, leading by 10. Then a nice Chrissy Addison screen, leaving Gina Rubino open from behind the arch, and she drained it, and the lead is now at 13. Then at the Hobart end of the court, Grace Roach on the drive into the paint. Then the shot, and the Brickie guard is trying to keep her team close. Back quickly came the Indians, and another foul. This time Tara Zlotkowski driving to the hoop, and in this game we continue to average a foul a minute. Leading by a baker's dozen, the Indians continue their full court press that the Bricks were able to break this time, and at the other end, Hobart guard Deja Hill dropped it in up close. Then another foul, and the Indians will get the ball out from the side. The Indians quickly got the ball to Gina Rubino, who silenced the Hobart crowd as she locked it on a tray, and Central has their largest lead of the game. Then another foul, this time on Central, and the Bricks will have the ball out. Brickie Grace Roach took the ball into the paint. And what else? Another foul. And she'll have a pair from the line where she converted on one of two. At the other end, Chrissy Addison got the ball and was all alone under the hoop, but missed the basket at point-blank range. But right there, grabbing the rebound, then cleaning it up, was Lindsay Kuzbel, and a Mike Hamaker timeout. Following the timeout, the Brickies had possession. Then a near steal by the Indians, and a save by Hobart. Then a drive to the hoop by Brickie Grace Roach, and the lead is back to 13 again. Then the ninth foul of the period, and the Indians will have the ball out from underneath their own goal. Finally, a nice sequence by Lake Central to end the third period, holding the ball for the final minute. Then a killer shot by Gina Rubino. After 3, the Lady Indians lead by 16. The fourth quarter of play and your free download of tonight's game is made possible by Agave Mexican Restaurant in beautiful downtown Hobart. For the finest Mexican food around, it's Agave. And for a taste of Poland, it's Big Frank Sausage in East Chicago. For pierogi, stuffed cabbage, or just the best Polish around, it's Big Frank's on the corner of Carroll and Michigan in Roxana. The first point of the fourth quarter came when Grace Roach drove the lane and was fouled. She converted on 1 of 2 from the line. Next, with Lake Central taking the ball out from the side, a steal by Brickies' Grace Roach, then a charging foul driving to the basket, and the Indians will retain possession. Next, a Lake Central shot, a fight for the rebound, and an Indian foul will give the ball right back to the Bricks. But a one and done, and Central has the basketball. And with the drive-in shot was Rolanda Currington to increase the Lake Central lead. But quickly came the Bricks, and driving to the hoop, Kaylin Trezak was fouled. The foul was called on the floor, so the Bricks will have the ball out from underneath their own goal. Then on the inbound, a nice drive to the basket by Grace Roach. Next, a foul on Rolanda Currington under the hoop, and she'll have a pair from the stripe. Then the 15th foul of the half when Hobart's Deja Hill drove to the basket. Now Deja will head to the line for a one and bonus. Then what you hate to see happen in a high school game with Lake Central in possession, an attempted steal by Grace Roach. Then a loose ball and a scramble. Then the call on the floor was a jump ball. Next, tempers began to flare, but the coaches did a nice job separating the players, and fortunately for each team, no one was injured. With 33 fouls already called in this game, and the physical nature of play, the two players involved just lost their composure, and composure is big in high school sports. At this point of the contest, the outcome was already decided. And because these athletes lost their composure, they hurt not only themselves but their team, with each being ejected and suspended for the next event, and each having a big conference game next up. Finally, cooler heads prevailed, and the game continued. Following this unfortunate incident, play resumed, and the onslaught of fouls continued. A missed one in bonus on Deja Hill's first attempt, and another foul, so we'll head to the other end of the court. Moving on to further action with under 3 minutes to play, the Brickies had the basketball. This time a foul on Lake Central's Rolanda Currington, her fifth, and now she's lost for the remainder of the game. Again, moving on to further action, and already 21 fouls in this half alone, the Bricks have the ball, and a drive to the basket was Grace Roach. 40 fouls later, this game finally came to an end. Every so often you have an incident on the court or playing field where players at times lose their composure, and it never turns out good. In sports, it's better to just step aside and let the officials make the call. These two teams not only hit by the injury bug, but now they lost two of their stars for their next game, and you never know what can happen down the line. With that being said, and getting back to the game, the Lake Central Indians have the upper hand in this contest from the outset, and there was some good things that happened. And one was the play of Lake Central junior guard Gina Rubino, who spoke with our Frank Rokas following the game.
Gina, you had, I believe it was 16 points in the game, kind of picking up from where you left off in that Maryville game. How excited were you to play again after knocking off the number one team, Maryville, in your last game?
It was definitely a big game. We knew that we had to come out strong because they were going to come out strong and looking to take us down. So I was just ready to play and ready to get out there and get a big win.
Now, last game you were real hot in the first half against Maryville with 24 points, ended up with 29. Today it seemed like it was the other way around. You got hot in the second half, and again, those three-pointers were falling in for you in that second half. You seem to have a knack for those.
Yeah, second half got a little bit of better open looks because they were in a different defense, and my teammates did a good job of penetrating and finding the gaps and then kicking the ball out to me. So it was good, yeah. The
coach kind of keeps you guys on an even keel. It seems like, you guys kind of controlled the tempo for the game and led for most of the game. Is that what he preaches to you guys, to kind of just keep a cool head?
Yeah, he just wants us to, keep our composure and don't let anything else really get in the way and just focus on the game and nothing else around us.
Well, congratulations, Coach. This is Mark Urban from the Lake Central Indians. A nice win tonight over a good Hobart team, an undefeated Hobart team at the time. You guys kind of controlled the tempo for most of the game right off the bat. How did you get your girls into that psyche to control the game like that?
Well, it was a big game. I mean, Mike does a nice job with these girls, and they're a good ball club. And coming off a big win at Maryville, coming into their place, and we knew it was going to be a battle. And I was proud of the way that our girls played for 32 minutes, and just kept sticking with the things that we do.
Gina got pretty hot there at the end, kind of picked off as I talked to her earlier about her three-point plays. She, as opposed to last game where she was hot in that first half, she kind of got hot in the second half. And the girls sense when you got a hot girl like that, you're going to feed her the ball.
Yeah. Our girls are really unselfish, and they do a real nice job of making an extra pass, and they understand that her getting open is probably from two people prior having the basketball, and they know how to get in gaps. And when Gina gets it, we got a lot of confidence that she's going to make it. Rolanda and Chrissy, they both lead in different ways, and we have some juniors that are probably our most vocal leaders on the floor, and so it's a good combination of both seniors and underclassmen.
It's probably good you played a good Hobart team like this, because sometimes you have a letdown after winning a big game like you did in the previous game. So it probably was good for the girls to have a team like Hobart to play today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's one of those trap games. You come off a big win, and then you have to get cranked back up and be ready to play. And it was a good test for our team. I thought we showed a lot of maturity coming in here and playing for 32 minutes.
Well, nice win in a interconference game, Coach. Good luck in the future.
Thank you.